Alright, so if you're still failing or you're still falling in your handstands, look no further in this video because I'm going to show you 4 ways you can avoid that. Okay, so I'm telling you a warning experience. I have learned bailouts from my own way, so take it from what I've learned. Now, there are other videos that may be better for you, but just know that if my method is a little bit too much for you, there are other videos you can look at. I'm just telling you only thing off of my experience and what I've learned. Now, since I am doing parkour and all that too, I see that the forward roll is going into your bailouts in the end. Now, when you do handstands, excuse me for 1 second, gotta zip that up. Now, when you're doing your handstands and you're coming up, just like so, remember, that's my fault, wasn't even looking. Coming up, putting forward, make sure your feet are together, you balance. That's a bailout. That's simple, that's really easy for you, you can do. Now what I do is that sometimes I do overdo it a lot, is that when I come up and I'm going forward a lot, oh my bad, I'm going forward a lot, I can find my balance. What I will do is that I'll roll into it. Now, I know for some people that's crazy and that's just way too much. So what you can do is first practice your forward roll. Going like this, putting 2 hands in and going back and forth. Now I'll show one more time if I was off camera. Put 2 hands in, just like that. One hand going like that. Going down. Going slowly. You put your hand in first, and then you watch you roll all the way forward. That's how I learned my bailouts in the end. Alright, so the other bailout you could do, and I did show firstly too, is just kicking off. Now, I'm going off from the belly to the wall first, because that's my favorite one. I'll walk up here, right? Now let's say in the end that you're about to fall off here. What you do is that you come down. Oh, my bad. You come down. How you do this is like you put, oh my gosh, my bad. You put your chest to where you're about to bail out. Go like that. That's it. Now, I'll show you the back to wall, but in a brief description of bonus level, or just for your reference, I really don't like back to wall because it gets you really to a point of where you're getting bad habits trying to learn your handstands. So that's why I tend not to do it at all. Now, let me show you back to wall. Right? So you're coming up. And then you say it's too much, you gotta drop. Put your chest towards where you about to bail out. So I'm about to bail out to my right. I'm coming in. And you're coming out. Now, I totally understand that being upside down is really scary. The whole thing I tell you first is, if that's too much, I'm gonna tell you the next one, going to the next section, if that is too much and that's being upside down is way too much for you, or it's just too scary. It's where everything else I told you, it wouldn't make any sense if you're not learning this first. That is your wall handstand hold. Your wall is gonna be your best friend ever when you start training handstands. You want to use your wall as much as possible. Your wall is your best friend to find your balance, to find where you about to trip. And if anything, like me, when I was learning it, when I was about to trip, I put both my feet back on the wall and I was about to fall. But let's say you are too scared for upside down. I'm gonna show you this. Now, to me, it's not too much, and yes, you're still upside down because that's the only way for you to learn your handstand. You have to be upside down. But let's say this is too much, right? What you can do is put your feet like this together, and guess what? Even if you did fall, automatically you're already at a point where you're dropping and both your feet are touching at the same time. So that's a tuck handstand, and that's part of the training now. However, I will warn you, I don't know how to tuck handstand hold at all because I don't see the point of it at this point of my training. Now, I know it's flexibility and it's mobility. I may learn it soon enough, I may learn it down the road, but that's just one way of how I learned for myself. Now, let's say for that particular reason, that back to wall, like I said, I don't like it, right? Now I will warn you, this is even crazier because this will require more balance for yourself. If you're coming up like this, right? Like I said, I like belly to wall. You could do this and do tuck to at least get more strength for your shoulders. But look how crazy it is now. You're at a point now, it's not too much leverage when you're about to fall. So that's one way, another way that I learned on the wall, that I learned how to bail out, and it's safer for you when you learn it. All right, so I'm gonna show you this other one, and this is not really in order. I may have gave you like 3 more already, and this might be the last one. But like I said, these are the type of weight methods that I learned from myself to get better at balancing and not get too scared of being upside down. Now, the whole thing is now, this is going to build your handstand regardless of how you can do this one. So you have to do this way. There's no way you can do it any other way. This is wall walks, right? Wall walks is basically you're just walking on the wall. Hold that for about 2 or 3 seconds. You come down. See how I'm walking? You see how I'm horizontal already? You walk back up. That's the whole thing about this exercise, that it helps you build a lot of shoulder strength in the end. Now, this is also, what you can do is do wall leans for yourself to build your planche also, if you're learning that too. But one key thing I would say, take your time. Do not rush this move. If you rush this move, I will promise you, you're going to fail, and then you're going to be screaming at the comment section like, yo, this workout sucks. This workout does not help me out. I'm telling you to take your time. A lot of times when I see people do wall walks, they're doing it so fast to a point where they don't catch themselves. When you catch yourself walking up, that's when you stumble down and you lay on your back or on your belly. So please take your time with this move, and trust me, it will build up your strength for your shoulders, and you get used to being upside down in your handstand. Now, the one key thing I say, the 2 most things you should learn is your wall handstand and your bails. Your bailouts are going to be the most tremendous amount of movement you can do for yourself. It's going to save you injuries. It's going to save you the trip to a hospital. Learn those 2 key things. I tell you, when you learn the wall handstand and you learn how to bail out, those other 2 ones I showed you don't really matter, but I'll put those bonus more in there just in case that you need something more in there. But this is a really short clip, and I really want to show you that how I learned how to properly safe fit on the handstands, so you won't hurt yourself or anything else. Now, if it's too much, let me know that in the comment section below. But I really hope you like, share, and subscribe for many more videos. I'll also be doing a series about how to work out on the rings and how it tremendously will change you. So stay tuned for that, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.